Hey guys, in today's video we're gonna be talking why the glass shader is evil and why you should almost never be using it. And we're gonna talk about how you can do it right and you can kinda fake the effect of glass without really needing to use glass. But first, what do I mean by glass? If you go to the shading workspace, you can see here our default material. I'm gonna call that real glass. And I'm gonna lower the roughness into 0 and I'm gonna take the transmission and pump it all the way up to 1, and I'm gonna make sure I'm using cycles. You can do the same thing in Eevee, but that's for another video. Also, I'm gonna make sure I'm in the rendered viewport. I'm gonna add a plane to give us something we can work with. So that's basically glass, and that's how most people do glass in Blender. Of course, you can do it by using the glass shader, or you can use glossy shader, the transparent shader, and you can mix both. But that's basically what people mean when they're using, when they say they're using glass or when they use glass at Blender. I'm gonna use this material and I'm gonna compare it to a fake glass we're gonna use, and we're gonna compare it to our third option, which is not using anything at all. I know this sound weird, but it all gonna make sense in maybe 2 minutes. So I'm gonna make a copy of this. First, I'm gonna enable move. It's really frustrating that it's not enabled by default, so I'm gonna enable move. I'm gonna give this a new material. I'm gonna call it fake glass. And what we're going to do with this fake glass is basically to tell Blender to ignore glass and its effect on the scene, and if it appears in the camera, you can kinda calculate or estimate or fake the effect of glass in the scene. And how we're gonna do that is very simple. We're gonna use this node setup. It looks complicated at first, but it's actually really simple. It's just telling Blender to ignore the glass, ignore the effect, and just kinda try to fake it. And we're gonna try to use the three options we have, using real glass and using fake glass and using nothing at all in our scene. We have this simple scene. It's just windows, and I have a background image, I have a light, and I have the camera, and of course I have a floor. So we're gonna apply the three materials to our windows here and see how it affects the render time and affects the quality and realism. So the first one, that's really, I don't have anything in the window, I just have the frame, I don't have glass, and we're gonna add glass later for the real glass and the fake glass, and we're gonna compare them. Before we actually go and compare the render results, if you go to Google and just search for interior renders, you can kind of see what I'm talking about, because maybe in this image, for an example, maybe it's like half of it is a window, those two big windows, but if you really focus and check the glass, there are really no reflections or shadows coming out of the glass, and I don't think it's affecting the scene in any significant way. And if you really don't have the model, there is no way to tell if there is actually glass here or it's just a wire frame. I guess this applies also maybe to this picture. You can be using glass here and it will add up to your render time a lot, but it actually doesn't make any sense to use it. And you probably cannot even tell if they're using glass on the windows or not. Here we have the three render results images, and I'm gonna let you pause for a second and guess which is which. Just to remind you, we had real glass, fake glass, and we had nothing at all. Let me know if you got it right in the comments below, and maybe like you won't win anything, or just write a comment if you want. As you can see, the real glass one came out a little darker, but that was expected. I guess the effect is actually really small. Here you can see the fake glass one. It's probably identical to not using any material at all, When we used the real glass, the image came noisier than the others. I don't know if noisier is even a word, but you get what I mean. So that's it. I hope that made sense, and I hope it helps one of you cut down his render time, especially if you're using a potato PC like my PC. So I guess thank you all for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I will be making a video soon talking about some tips and tricks to cut down your render time. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to support the channel and watch the coming videos. Thank you.